come back to normal life.
Mm, that's amazing. Congratulations. Cam, are you sleepy, Cam?
No, no.
I think Cam is about to cry, Anna. All right. So today our topic is the questions are just short, guys, and the title, yeah, it's actually suitable for the two of you because it's all about parents and children. All right. So just a quick question. Do you think that you have played you have played your role very well as a parent?
I think I don't have play a good role as parent with my child.
Do you mean you are not playing or you haven't played?
Uh, Not yet.
Not yet. So it means that you haven't. Really, Anna. So your son is already 7, right? Turning 8. So you
Yeah,
still feel
28.
okay. So you feel that you haven't been a parent, or let's say a good parent to your son. Ah. Oh. So I hope that you will have the time, Anna, in your life to be that parent that you really want. So I'm curious, Anna, because you told me that you haven't been a parent to your son. What kind of parent do you want to be to your son?
I think the worst thing I had done with him is I can't control my feeling in some situation. It's not good, although I
Mm,
know, but I cannot control.
mm, I understand. I think it's normal. Like sometimes when I call my mother because I have a 2-year old um, brother, and then my mom would always complain to me, and my mom will say, "Ah, you know, a while ago I just beat your brother because blah blah blah," and it's why did you do that? He's just a child, and then later on my mom will tell me about what he's doing, and I say, "Oh my God, he's really very different." So I guess mothers cannot really control sometimes that we can do, like sometimes we can beat our kids like that, but I told my mom that just put him inside the room and don't allow him to go out if he did something, but do not beat him, or yeah, do not like apply physical like hands or like that violence. Okay, Anna. Yeah, you still have a lot of time, Anna. Colin.
Yeah. Correct.
How about you, Kam? Do you think that you have played the role of a parent to your child, to your children, too?
The I'm not sure about that. So sometimes I try uh, to make a good father, but other time I really too temper and treat with my kids not good. I think so.
Both of you have the same temper when it comes to your kids. So, what kind of a parent or what kind of a father do you want to be to your kids? Come.
And, I think I want to become a good friends with my kids.
Good friends. Right now in this year of these years, a lot of people wanted to have that. Like my cousins are telling me they wanted to marry early because they want their kids to be their friends as well. So that's what you also want, how many age gap do you have with your kids, Cam?
How many age?
Yes, your age gap. How many years?
I don't understand.
How many your age gap between your kids and you? How many years? Is it 17 years? For example, you're 30 years old and your kids are 3 or 4. So the age gap is 26. I don't know how to do math. 26 years or 27 years age gap between your kids.
Gap, khoảng cách á.
With my daughter, I think that's about 28 years old.
Mm. You think you can still be friends?
I hope so. Maybe the older friend.
Okay, yeah, it might be possible.
The other friend.
Older friend. All right. So I guess what you're thinking, Cam, is quite connected to our essay for today because it talks about two types of parenting or two types of being a parent. All right. So we have here 3 paragraphs, and I want Anna to tell me what you understand on the first and second paragraph.
In the first paragraph, it talks about a parent and children should to be friends together. In this situation, children can share their thinking with parents easily, and it may be good for them. But in the second paragraph, is the opposite. The other said it's not good if parents and children be like friends.
All right. So what in your case, Anna, what do you want to follow? Do you want to be like friends with your son? Or is it that you want to have the authority? I'm your mother, you should follow me.
In my case, I think I should be like friend with my son because in my situation, when I was a child, I used to have I can share my feeling, I can share my thinking with my parents, but I can't because my parents are quite strict.
I guess traditional parents are like that. Like for example, they have this thinking that if you are a child, your thinking must be separated. Like you should not talk to old people like this, and you have limitations on what you're going to talk and to say before.
Yeah.
So I guess right now you have the power to change the way your parents raised you. All right, so that's great, Anna. So, what do you think is the? Can you give me disadvantage? One disadvantage of treating your son as your friend, in your own opinion, not based here in our essay.
In my case, when I am strict with my son, I can control uh, my emotion. I often beat him, hit him,
Often.
and he's scared of me. He scared me. He scared me a lot, and sometimes when I ask him he it's difficult to share his
Mm,
his work.
yes. It's difficult for him to share his feelings.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So thank you, Anna. So let's go to the third paragraph. What did you understand on the third paragraph?
I think in our society, um, many people don't like to live with the big family.
Mm,
They have a standing to spirit and to create many small family. So maybe uh, they prioritize the private life and don't want to uh, interfere with their parents. Maybe the problem is the difference between the view or the opinion the of children and their parents.
mm. All right. So in your case, for example, let's say that you were not yet married and you are just planning to get married. So would it be okay for you if you would live with your parents along with your aunts and your brothers and sisters? Because traditionally we have extended family, right?
Mm.
What's your take about that? What's your thought about it?
I think when I'm single, I sort to stay with my parents,
Mm,
uh, and that's pretty normal. But when I got married, I think we should to move another place for our job, and we have to spare it with my parents, and that's pretty normal. So at that time, I have to make a new family and smaller. So maybe the connection with my parent not often, but I think that is the best way for we can to create a new place in our society, like social status, and I think that is a good way when everything to become easier and uh, the connect not stronger.
all right. So right now that you're already married and you have kids, were there times that you regret not living with your parents because it might be that you experienced some difficulties along your married life? Was there a time, or no, you were able to manage your married life smoothly?
Um, I don't think I have some regret when I don't live with my parents because I think mm, we are the really different become because we are the different genre and that sometimes I feel really hard when I pretty often to face with my parents because we really different about the view, about the thinking, and some other thing.
Mm.
So the best way is to spare it. Is the good way for each other.
All right. So, yeah, maybe because the generations from before are really different than today. So, right now in Vietnam, are there still many extended family, or many opted or choose to have nuclear family?
I think around me still there are many extended family when they are about three or four generations in the whole family, in a big
Wow,
family.
three
Yes, and
generations.
Yes, I think the they are really, and they have to try a lot for to when living in a big family like that.
Mm.
And sometimes I feel with the newcomer like when when the when some of them to marry, and the newcomer really feel really hard for to adapt with a big family. I think so.
Yes, we know what's the reason because they have to like impress the in-laws. So they have to work hard and to show that they have good image. Is that right, Anna?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Mm. So I think that's the trouble that you can get if you will be in an extended family. So good for you guys because you are not living with your in-laws. All right, so let's go to question number one. What reason is given for parents and children being friends? In our essay, what reason?
The reason is supply a comfortable environment for them and help children reduce stress.
Mm,
Yeah.
less stress, yes, because we're very comfortable, just like group of friends. So Anna, because you said right, um, this is also an ideal setting for you. Like you want your son to be like friends, right?
Yeah.
So one day when your son will come home, hey Anna, let's eat. Will that be okay with you? Because you're friends.
Yeah. Um, I have a friend, a boyfriend, and he like my son so much.
Mm.
Sometimes he said that, "Hey, Cam, my son's name is Cam. Hey, Cam,
Not come.
I want to be friend with you." And
Oh,
my son said that, "Oh, let's call my Tao." Yeah, my Tao is the way to call close friend in Vietnam.
ah, okay.
Oh my god.
Soon, your son will call you that because you want to be friends. All right. But do you like that idea, Anna? That
um,
your son will treat you like that?
no, of course
Mm.
no. I think we should be friends in more situation, but
Mm.
all, not all.
There should still be limitations as to
Yeah.
where you will be friends, right? So let's have number two. What reason is given against parents and children being friends? Against. They're
Mm.
opposed to being friends. Come.
I think the problem is the discipline, and sometimes uh, between the parents with the kids. Maybe the kids not understand the serious problem because
Mm.
in their mind they think like a friend, and not like a parent and with a kid. So maybe the problem uh, they can a serious problem and really hard to uh, to make they understand problem, and easy to make parent become uh, perfect. Um,
What?
temper. Sorry, temper. We got temper.
You can do it. What is that word? What's the last word that you said, Kam?
Temper.
Comper?
Temper.
Camper?
Temper.
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 Okay, sorry, temper. Yes, okay. So there are actually disadvantages, and I think if your child will be very comfortable with you, and then you will become friends. So there's no boundary anymore. So that's why some people will say that your child or your son is a brat, or your your daughter is a spoiled brat. So a brat or a spoiled brat is a term that is being called to kids or children who seems to that they can do whatever that they wanted, and they can follow whatever that they wanted without listening to their parents, or they can get whatever that they want. So that's how we call those kind of kids, brat or spoiled brat. Have you heard about this term?
No, I just heard about naughty.
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 Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. So let's go to the third question. Why don't some married children want to live with their parents? According to the essay, what's the reason? Why some newly wed couples they prefer not to live with their parents?
Because they don't want to be interfered with their parents.
Mm. Yeah, especially when the couples are fighting. It usually happens to us in the Philippines, guys, because I told you that the brothers and sisters of my mother and their mother are living in one place. So they have different houses, but they live in one area, and they're very near to each other. So if a couple will be fighting, we can hear it. And so after that, oh my God, the brothers and sisters of my mom will talk about it, and the brother-in-law and the sister-in-law will be so so bad. Like the image will be bad. So I guess it's not really good. Like you need to really have your own house and live outside your parents-in-law. Okay, I think was that your first choice, Anna? When you got married, was it your first choice to live outside your parents-in-law or your parents?
uh, for me, I think I should live separate with our parents. Don't live with because it's very easy um, to uh, have trouble,
Or conflict?
to have conflict when we have many members in a house.
Mm.
I
Especially if you have
think
a hot temper.
we should live near.
Yeah.
Um, when we have something need their help, they can
Mm.
help us.
Mm. Is it also like a like tradition, like when a woman is pregnant and she's about to give birth, the the mother-in-law or the mother will go to the house and like help the woman or assist the woman in like giving birth like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe that's the only time that you'll be together in one house. All right.
In Vietnam, the women always come back to their parent house
Mm.
or their or her mother come back her house, not mother-in-law.
Ah, not the mother-in-law. Okay, really the mother. Maybe it will be more difficult. So in the Philippines, it could either the mother-in-law or the mother or both of them. Wow. And that's a problem as well. There will be conflict of interest if there's the two of them. So you have to avoid that as much as you can. All right, so let's go to express yourself. Would you prefer being part of a big extended family or a small nuclear one? Sam.
In my case, I think better for me is a small nuclear family.
Mm. Why?
Yes,
Because
I
I
think.
like.
I won't
Mm,
accept that.
but I think a person always have some important target to focus on, and when they try to do that, they need to private area for their self. And the
Mm.
best way does for when I have a smaller family, I have more time for myself. That is the best way and advantage of the nuclear family.
You want to live alone? Because you said time for myself. Just kidding.
No, because I when I have a smaller family, I have to connect with less more people than a attended family. So that's why I
Mm.
have a more time myself.
Yes, I agree with that. If you are with an extended family, maybe you don't have space in the house because all the rooms are occupied. Yes, you can have peace of mind and you can do whatever that you want. If you have your own house, you will be more comfortable. But
Yeah.
I think you were able to really live smoothly with your married life without the help of your in-laws or with your parents, right? So there were no disadvantage for you in living as a nuclear family so far.
Uh, so I mean is about some disadvantage when I have
Mm,
a smaller. Yes, especially when my wife birthed a baby. At that time, really hard for her when my parents and her parents not often to go here with me and support for her, and so she have to take care everything.
mm.
And yes, I think that's a problem uh, when we need more support from the parents.
That's difficult. And only your wife, where were you come? Where were you that time? I'm just curious, Anna. How about you, Anna? When you gave birth to your son, did your mother assist you
No,
also?
I came back my hometown
Ah,
for
okay.
6 months.
Hmm. 6 months. Wow.
6 months.
Very long maternity leave. In the Philippines, I think the maternity leave is only 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they changed it last year to 6 months.
Mhm.
And they also have paternity leave. It means if the mother will have leave, the father will also leave because they believe that the father and mother should be taking care of the kids, not only the mother.
Yeah.
So it's a good law. So they can enjoy having a lot of kids because they have leaves. All right. So let's have Okay, Anna, this question, I don't know if it will be suitable for you because you're already married and you live alone, but I will just change the question. What if you need to live with your parents? Okay, so there are some situations that we need to live with our parents, but your husband won't allow you, or he is against the idea that your family will live with your parents. What would you do?
Uh, I think I agree with him because I prefer to live separate with parents.
Mm.
I think we
Even if
should
it's
do
your
that.
parent.
Yeah.
Mm. So going back to my question, what if there something would happen? Just an example. Like, let's be futuristic. What if something will happen and there is a need for you or for your whole family to stay with your parents? Would you still live separately and agree with your husband? I'm just
Mm.
squeezing your thoughts.
I think we should move to another place and live with my husband, and we can control our life without my parents.
Mm, all right. I got it. You are very firm with your decision. All right. Let's respect that. Let's have number three. How much allowance, Cam, how much allowance do you give your parents, if any? How much do they give you?
The how much do I give for my parents? Um, Nowadays my parents are pretty young, and all of them are really strong, so they can have to self active and self take care of their life. And at the moment, I don't have to take care for them so much.
Mm. Oh, that's amazing. So, there is this tradition. It's in the Philippines, guys, and this tradition is quite. There is a negative side about this one. So, when a daughter or a son would graduate, it is like it became a responsibility, like to give money to their parents every month, even though their parents will not say it. It becomes a tradition, like even their parents will not say, but it's positive, but on the other hand it's also somewhat negative. So when do you give to your parents, come?
uh, Rarely, someday, some special day like the Tet holiday, the Woman Day. I often to give money for my mother.
Mm. So you mean just occasional?
Uh, yes, maybe now my parents pretty young, and they don't need money from me. So I think in the future I have to prepare my money uh, for can support their life.
Maybe your parents will give you. There are parents like that, right, guys? So like my grandparents, they don't have work anymore. They just depend on the government, and the government allowance for them is not actually very big. But even if they know that you have work, they will still give you food or money. So yeah, there are some parents who are really like that, and we're very lucky. So Anna, how often do you see your parents?
Not much. Just in some uh, anniversary in year. When I have at least uh, 2 or 3 days um, off, That means I don't have to work and I come back home to visit my parents.
Okay, so during holiday,
Yeah,
like memorial holiday for the souls.
yeah, for holiday in years.
Mm. All right. So do you also go to your husband's parents?
Yeah, sometimes when my husband want to come back my hometown, he come with me. But sometimes
Mm.
he busy and he stay at home to resolve his work.
Okay. So that's understandable. So you will become the representative of your family. So is it also the same come on in your family? Like your wife will be the representative of your family every gathering, or you also go to your parents and parents-in-law?
Uh, in my case, in some urgent, special urgent occasion, we really come back with my parents. I think about 2 months, at one time for 2 months.
Mm.
Yes,
Once every 2 months or 1 month. Okay.
one every 2 months.
Mm, that's not bad because some people they just see their parents if there are special occasions, or maybe not to like to give like to scare you guys, but most people actually in the Philippines they can just see their relatives and their parents if there is number one a wedding, number two a funeral. You know what's funeral, right?
No.
When someone is dead,
Oh,
Mm.
when someone is dead and you need to bring the dead body to the soil or to bury it in land, that's funeral. Mm. So there are only three occasions when Filipino relatives would see each other, and that's three. The first one is wedding, and the second is funeral. The third one is christening. Maybe in Vietnam, christening is not. I think you know this, Anna. In Catholic, this is very common. You need to undergo this as a child.
Mm.
Yeah, so the Christian community will welcome you by putting water in your head.
Yeah.
So to confirm that you are a Christian, that's what we call christening. So yeah, these are just three occasions, and that's like a sad thing to know that if there will be no funeral, if there will be no weddings, relatives would not see each other. Especially we cannot see our old parents and relatives. Okay, so let's have the next question. What kinds of gifts do your parents like the most? Cam.
the with my mother, I think she always like money. Yeah, because my mother is a businessman.
Oh, also a businesswoman
Mm.
like
And
you.
with my no, she just to buy in and sell out some agri product.
Mm, buy and sell.
Yes, and with my father, I'm not sure about that. Maybe he leads a, a wine a wine bottle. Yeah,
A bottle of wine. Ah, wine. Okay,
so
got
wine
it.
or some yes.
Mm. Okay, so how about you, Anna?
In my case, my parents don't have any kind of gift. They just hope um, my family can come back home and visit them.
Wow, that's very emotional, very dramatic.
Yeah, and
That's really
every time
great.
when I come back my hometown, I always enjoy um, my favorite food from
Mm.
my mother.
Mm. Yes, I guess that's one thing that we will really miss from our mother, right? When we come home, especially at
Yeah,
our hometown. Yes, because mother's food is really the best. That's what they said. So I think Anna were the same because before I thought my mother just want my money, but I realized when I grow old, my mother is very emotional, and she always tells me that no matter what, I can always go home to her, and she doesn't care about if I have a lot of money or not.
yeah,
And she doesn't that
exactly.
she doesn't want me to get married. Okay. Then just stay home. Yes. And so I think we're the same, Anna, in that matter. All right. So let's go to the next question. Do you think it's your duty to take care of your parents when they get old? Somewhat heavy question.
Yeah, it's my
Mm,
duty because I think my parents uh, took care of me very well, and
mm.
when they get old, I need to take care of them.
So you are returning the responsibility because, of course, we cannot deny the fact that um, many daughters and sons right now, they no longer have the time to take care of their old parents, and so some of them will just leave them to home for the aged.
Mm.
Mm. Home for the
Okay.
aged. Yes, this is a place where old people are being left
Mm.
because no one can take care of them. Maybe some of them have families, but they just choose to bring their parents there because they're busy with their work. Right. How about you, Kam? Do you think it's your responsibility? Very big word. It's your duty or responsibility.
Yes, in my mind, I think I have to responsibility take care for my parents when they become older, and that's in my main of my of part in my life.
You mean it's your main responsibility or your main mission? Okay.
Main responsibility.
Okay. I will not type it anymore. All right. So let's have the next question. Would you spank your children if they went astray? Astray is like they were lost. So it means that maybe they did something wrong, like some of them becomes alcoholic, or some of them are like gambler. You know what's a gambler? They always gamble, go to casinos, lost a lot of money. Like they are not in the right direction in their life. Spank, it's like beating or hitting
Mm.
your child. Are you doing it now? when they're still when they
Yeah,
are still young.
it is often.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
often do it.
Mm,
And I think I can do it when my son under 12 years old. Uh, when he is older, I can punish him in that way because maybe he's younger than me.
oh my goodness. oh. So you think, Anna, you will be weak when he will be 12. So you have to make your immune system strong, Anna. So you will still be strong. Good luck. Good luck. You still have how many years? 5 years. Only 5 years
Yeah,
to
five
spank
years.
your son. Oh, you have to prepare for that time to come. But I just want to ask Anna, is that your only way of punishment or disciplining your son, or you have other ways of disciplining him?
Mm, uh, Sometimes when he makes something trouble, if
Mm,
I have more free time, I don't do punish him in a strict way. But when I'm busy, I often lose my temper.
mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you are just busy, that's sad. All right. Okay. So how about you, Kam? What's your answer on that question?
I think when my when my kids really little, I think I have to teach them really serious when they have some serious problem, and I always to remind them about the red line for they can't overcome, and that is the limit of their action, and every other thing I can allow, but when they um, uh, when they have some serious problem, I think I have to uh, treat with them really serious.
Mm. So what do you think, Kam, is the best punishment for kids who go astray or kids who do something wrong?
Mm, yes, we should. I think I should do that. Maybe that pretty temper, but other way, I think we should. They need to understand about um, the serious results if they can control their behavior.
Okay, so they need to understand the seriousness of their mistakes. Okay, so that's what you want to say, right? So a lot of parents are not really, they do not really agree with spanking or using force to discipline their kids because there is a law. I don't know in Vietnam, but there is a law in the Philippines that if you beat your child, there will be a department in the government that would come after you. And if it's proven that you beat this child, you will go to jail. Is there a law like that here in the Philippines? I know
No, it,
is
uh,
there a law like that in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, it's not happen.
Oh, there is no law, so you can freely beat your. Just kidding. Okay, so I think that there is also a disadvantage about having the law because it is the same with the teachers before are free to discipline the students inside the classroom. So, for example, we have to stand outside the classroom. That's one way of discipline. But right now, if you do that to the students in the Philippines, the court, the government will be after you. So it's quite difficult to discipline kids right now. Oh, that's good that in Vietnam you don't have this kind of law. So you have the freedom as parents to discipline your kids. You think so, Anna?
Yeah,
Do
but
you
in
have
some serious situation, the government will punish the the person who make it.
mm-mm. Yeah. I think there is also a general law like violence against women and children, not necessarily just beating kids, but it's all about violence. All right. So let's have number 8. How many children do you want to have? Anna, how many children do you want to have? Do you
Yeah, only
still want
one.
to have? Oh,
I'm afraid the period when my son about when he was born
mm,
to he is 3 years old, because in that time he really need a, a person who will take care of him all the
mm.
time.
All right. So it's really difficult to have kids, I guess so, because I'm observing my brother and my mother. So it's really difficult. But what if Anna, like in my opinion, okay, I grew up as an only child for 26 years. So I became like I realized that at some point of my life I was sad because yes, I have a mother, I have father, and I have a lot of cousins, but I was so jealous to other kids that they have big brother, big sister, and then they can freely talk to them. So what if your son would ask you to have a brother or a sister? It might be
Yeah,
that he will feel sad.
sometimes he asked me uh, the same question, and
Mm.
I answer him, I can't, I don't have enough money to take care of two.
Mm, exactly. Yes, that's correct, Anna. So I think that's a good principle. Mm, instead of just like having a lot of kids without thinking what will be the future of these kids, you really have to think about the money that you are going to spend because everything is so expensive, right? From the moment that you will be pregnant until you give birth, until your son or daughter will go to university or high school or have their formal schooling. You need to have a lot of money. Okay. I think that's a good choice, Anna, but who knows? Okay.
Before I buy this apartment,
Mm.
I am worried about he doesn't have any friend to share his his game, to share his feeling, thinking. But when I moved to this apartment, around me there are many children with the same age with him,
Oh,
and he has a lot of friends.
wow. That's amazing. But a brother or a sister is really different. Just
Yes,
kidding,
I
yeah.
know. Yes, I know.
Okay, so how about you, Cam? How many kids do you want to have? Do you want more?
In my case, I just want one or two kids is okay for me. Sometimes my mother and even some cousins around me uh, ask me for more baby, but I really scared when I saw the second baby really hard for take care of him when every month he always to fever and
Mm,
almost all the time my wife really hard for take care of baby, and that's the problem. I don't want more.
yes, I guess so. The most difficult part of having babies are when they get sick, right? Because they cannot talk. Like some parents would say, it's better that I will have the sickness, I will have the disease that they have, like that. Because babies cannot talk. All right, guys, I hope your decisions in life would come true because we don't know, you're still young. Okay, so let's have number 9. Do you want, okay, you already have your children, but I want to ask, what do you prefer to have? a boy or a girl? Or let's just talk about the advantage or disadvantage of a girl or a boy. There is this funny story in my family. Right now, I have a lot of cousins that are gays.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe I'm also a gay. Just kidding. So, because I am surrounded with gay people, like the character of a gay people are very bright, very cheerful, and so and when my mom will call me and my mom will tell me, oh, you know what, your cousin blah 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 is a gay, and I said, really? Oh my god, there's a lot of them already. And my mom will say, all right, I think that's better than being a guy, because if he will become a guy, he will make a lot of trouble. So it's better to be a gay. Oh my god.
A gay is better than a guy.
Yeah. So maybe some people are talking about one of the disadvantages of being a man. They think is that the man will cause a lot of troubles. Is that true? Cam, what's your opinion about that? Because you're a man, did you cause a lot of troubles before?
Um, in my case, I think better is the daughter is the first student will better with me because uh, when my daughter grew up, she will to learn about take care her family, and at that time she can instead of her mother, and I hope at that time my wife will reduce stress and have more time.
Mm. So your first child is a daughter, right? The 6 years old.
Mm.
Mm. Okay. So you're really lucky because that's what you want or that's what you like, but it happens. It happened, I mean. Yes. Because according to what we studied before, the first child will become the parent if ever the parents will go far away. So maybe it's really right. Yeah, there's an advantage of having a girl as the first child. How about you, Anna?
Mm, Actually, I like only one child, so I don't care about the gender of the kid.
Mm. But just a question: before you knew the gender of your son, did you also thought that you would like that baby to be a girl?
No, I hope the baby is a boy.
Oh, you really like a boy. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like a Chinese Anna. Just kidding. Chinese people, Chinese and Vietnamese, right? They
Yeah,
like their first to be sons or to be boys. Yes.
yeah. I
Okay.
finished my mission.
You finish your mission in your family. No, the mission of your husband to continue the bloodline.
Yeah, and I finished it for him.
Your husband must be very happy. So, in Vietnam, Anna, if you get married, do you follow the family name of your husband?
Yeah,
Mm, okay. It's just the same in the Philippines because in some other countries, you don't follow their family name.
yeah. My
You
son have the, my son's name have has 3 words. The
mm,
first is my husband uh, family name. The second is my family name, and the
mm.
third is my my kid name.
But I think most Vietnamese have three names, right?
Yeah.
Mm. It's a tradition. Okay, I got it. So it's better to have three names rather than other kids. They have very long names, maybe 5 words or 6 words. It's a torture to the child. All right. So let's have number 10. If you had two daughters, would you try to have a son? We have a neighbor, guys. So their kids are all five, but they're all girls. And so the mother said that they will not stop giving birth unless they will have one son. So that's so ridiculous. But yeah, right until now, they haven't got a son. They have grandchildren. And so that became their son because their they have like maybe three grandchildren that are boys. So they already stopped giving birth.
Yeah, I think there are many family give a birth until they have a boy. Yeah.
Oh my God. So Anna, I think you really just wanted to have one. So about this question,
I think that is big enough.
it's
What if
already enough.
when I give a birth and the next baby is daughter? Oh my God, 3 daughters.
You already have two Annas. All right. How about you, Cam? What if you have two daughters? Would you
The
still want to have a kid?
Yes. Let me show you one story about my neighbor. He have three daughter, and when some special occasion or some celebrate between the men, uh, he always to receive the bad treated from other men around his, and because he can have a boy, and many other
Mm.
men with have a boy always to treat with he so bad, and sometimes he feel really disappointed, and after that he tried find every way for to have a boy, and in the last month his wife gave a boy for his, and now when every morning he go out and he see another man with just a daughter, he always to talk the same with the man when in yes, and
Oh my God.
every time I met he always to proud about he can have a baby a boy.
Mm.
So come back with my situation. I'm not sure about that because I think I'm pretty lucky when I have a daughter, the first, and the second
Mm.
is a boy. But I'm not sure
Yeah.
if my wife gave for me two daughter, and I'm not sure about I can want more or I just stop with the daughter. Yes.
Okay. So in your case, Cam, like you don't limit yourself. Like come what may, if it will come, yeah, you have to accept it. But also some parents, like if they really have family planning, like they really have, okay, this, I will just really have one son or one daughter, or I will just have three kids. So is there a law in Vietnam that you need to have a lot of kids, or you only need to have one child, or you just need to have two children, like a policy in your government, like in China? Before, in China, they have to have one child policy only.
Nowadays in Vietnam, we really easy if we want more trial and don't have a big problem.
All right. But do you think the policy in China changes, or is it still the same? Because we think they have a lot of population.
I think nowadays the China government always change that, and when they accept the spouse can have two kids.
I think because China actually has the same problem with Japan. Their population is aging, and they are also afraid that they will be gone in the world because there will be no kids anymore. So imagine China has a lot of population, but they're afraid that they will be gone. Okay. So guys, we're done with the questions, but I want to ask maybe two more questions. If you could ask one question to your parents, what question would you ask them? Let's have a little drama. Just kidding.
I don't know.
I
You
don't
don't
know.
know? Oh my
I don't know
God.
too.
Homework. Yeah, sometimes there are questions that we like to ask to our parents or to some people, but we just don't mind about it. So if you will have a chance, is there any question that you would ask to your mother or to your father? If not, I will change the question. Because you don't have any question to your parents?
Yes.
Okay. What about question to yourself? Because you are a parent. So as a parent, is there any question that you have to yourself?
With me, I think the best way I can teach my kids is that is the most important. That is the most question I want to ask me every day.
What is that question again, Kam?
How I can teach my kids.
Okay. How you can teach your kids in the right way. All right. How about you, Anna?
I think what should I do for my son to make him better?
Okay. So wow, those are good thoughts, guys. One last thing, because Kam is recording this video, and maybe soon your kids will grow up, and maybe, who knows, they will be able to see this video. If you will have a message to your kids, for your daughter and son, and for Anna to your son only, yeah, what message will you give to them? Don't try, Kam. You can send a message to them through this video, or you can tell them anything.
Now I'm creating two websites for first one for my daughter and the second one for my baby. And on this website, I always to set everything I want to do with my kids. And I hope in the short future when she become grow, she can read and understand about the meaning I want to teach her. Yes.
So it's a website, like a blog, like you write, or it's a vlog, like there's a video?
Yeah, the website. the website for my daughter and website for my son, including the text, video, and some many other things.
Wow. So soon when you will be old, Cam, you will be the oldest blogger.
Yes, and I think I want to try to learn about the writing blog and control manage a website.
Mm.
So I want to by the way to create some website for my kids, and I hope they can to continue with this website because I believe website is a part of important part of each person in the future, and that is
Mm.
a good way I can teach them.
Wow. So you are very futuristic, but that's very meaningful. So thank you very much for that. How about you, Anna? Is there something that you want to tell your son?
I think that you can do whatever you want. You can take your chance as if it's good for yourself or the other.
All right. I'm speechless. Just okay. So guys, I hope that it will really it will happen in the future because they're still young right now, but they said some parents are like they don't want their kids to grow up quickly. Is that true, or did you also feel the same way that you're seeing them growing up and then you tell yourself, please don't grow up quickly? Have you felt that way?
In my case, I really want my kids to grow up really fast uh,
Mm,
because I'm not sure about what happened in the future. So, but I can peace of mind when my kids become grew up, and uh, at that time, uh, even some happening with me and my wife. Uh, I believe that they still to stand up and to do the right way for exist in the social. Mm.
wow. You are really futuristic, and everything. I guess so. So you really want to prepare your kids for for the future. Wow, what a good father. Okay. How about you, Anna?
Yeah, I think I have a conflict with myself when I take care of him, and I always hope him grow up quickly. But
Mm,
when he sleeping or he play with his friend outside, I look back him and I think that why he can grow up fast like that.
mm,
I don't want I don't want him grow up quickly. And I
mm,
remember the memory when he was a child.
mm. So there is a like confusion that you want them to grow up quickly to prepare them, and also you don't want them to grow up quickly because you are after the memories that you had. All right. Huh. So I think you are real parents, guys. You are really
Actually,
parents.
some other way I want my kids become grew up quickly because at that time me and my wife had more free time for traveling.
Oh my god. So you will graduate being a father because you want to travel. All right. Yeah, that's also one of the benefits. So that is also one of the good thing if you will marry at an early age because your kids will grow up quickly and you will have more time to yourself. Because sometimes that's one of the problems of people getting married. Like they think that they cannot do the things that they wanted. They cannot have time for themselves because they're very busy taking care of the house as well as their kids. Okay, I hope you can have more time with yourself, guys. Let's go to samples, opinion samples. Let's have number one. Okay, for Cam, because it's all about business.
Me first.
Yeah.
Um, I think I agree with that. In my case, when I think like a parent with my kids, I also hope they become grow up and really strong, and especially they can uh, collect the knowledge for they can exist in the social, and that's
Mm,
the goals for me, and I don't
mm.
care so much.
Okay. So going back to the opinion sample, Cam, just a question. Do you think you made your parents proud when you were their son
Um,
before?
with my parent, I think my parent really proud of me when I can to self earn money, and after I graduate university, and I don't live off them. So pretty good with the side with this side, but the other side, sometimes I think my parents uh, don't like me when I focus on job so much and rarely to take care for them. Maybe busy, but I think the problem is we have the distance between the generation.
Mm-mm. Generation gap. They will say it's not about the money, money, money. All right. Thank you for that, Cam. How about number two, Anna?
Yeah, I agree with this paragraph. I think spanking is not good for children, and it should be the last thing
Mm.
what we do if we don't have any solution.
All right. So I've heard from most people, Anna, that what you saw in your household before, or how your parents raised you, you are going to also apply that in your own family. Did you
Yes,
also follow what your parents did to your own
in
family?
my case, um, so one day when I get angry with my son, I shouted at him. I shout
Mm.
at him and get angry with him. After that, he play with his friend and he repeat my work with his friend.
Oh.
Mm, it remind me, don't do that again.
Mm-mm. Wow. Yes, that's actually true because kids are really great imitators. So yeah, as I also read most of the time that if you want to teach your kids, do not tell them what to do, show them what to do. Because for example, you will tell your kids don't smoke, but you are smoking and they always see you smoking. So how are they going to believe in you if they see you smoking? Because some father will say, follow what I say, don't follow what I do. That's their principle in mind. But yeah, you cannot really, you have to lead by example. So if, for example, you want to teach your kids reading, do not teach them like, okay, this is how you should read, but show them that you are reading, because they will be curious in what you are doing.
Yeah.
So they will also read. All right, so show them the way and the light. All right, let's go to useful expressions. Thank you, Anna. Let's have number one. The most important thing a father can do for his children is to love their mother. Wow, that's very sweet, Cam.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. The best way you can to teach uh, job kids is try to do really careful and take care for his mother, their mother. I think
Mm.
that's the best way.
Are you doing it?
Uh, I'm trying, and sometimes not good. Yeah.
Trying to realize you have to try it, Cam, because it's still social distancing, so you have a lot of time to take care and to show your wife that you love her by washing the dishes.
I
All
think
right.
baby learn from what we do.
Mm.
So if we do a good thing, they learn good thing.
Yes, I remember, if like you show to your son that you take care of your wife and you respect and you love your wife, your son will do the same thing to women. Yes. You can do it, Cam. Okay, let's have number two, Anna. The ability to say no is perhaps the greatest gift a person has.
In this statement, I think it should be say yes, not say no, because with parents they always make their kid dream come true.
Mm. So you should always say yes.
Yeah.
Mm. I guess in this context, what I understand is that whenever our kids want something, your kids, I have a kid. Oh my god. Whenever your kids want something, even you tried your best not to give it to them, but sometimes you cannot control yourself because you feel that you need to give them what they want. So you cannot say no. Like for example, like the example I told you before, when you go to supermarket and then you are with your child, then your child will say, I want that, blah blah blah, and then you don't want because maybe it's a waste of money. But because your son or your daughter is already crying on the floor, I know that because I did that when I was a child. So the mother or the father will not have a choice but to say yes to the kid. Yes. So maybe the context in number two is that one, when you have a firm stand that you can say no. Yeah, that's my understanding, Anna. But you are also correct. You should say yes in fulfilling the dreams of your son in the future. All right, guys. So yeah. Um, do you have any questions about parents and children?
No, Bina.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much and have a great day. Have time
Uh,
with your kids.
uh,
Yes,
I
Anna.
have 4 days off next because uh, we
Ah, the
have
holiday.
holiday, and I
What
come back.
holiday is that? Because I asked them here. They don't know what is
Labor
that.
Day.
Labor.
Labor Day.
Oh, May 1.
And
Yeah.
I come back home on 4 day.
Mm.
Uh, may I off in Friday?
Friday. So I guess we're just going to move it. Mm.
Come. Do you have any plan for your holiday?
Run.
No,
You can
I
run.
just stay at home and uh, I don't have any plan in holiday because I think really crowded and not good for me. Enjoy some special occasion in this time. I want to stay at home and free time.
Do you think
Uh,
it will be crowded? Because there's still like, I know that the social distancing is already lifted, but it's not really clear, right? So I guess people will also stay home, or yeah, maybe they can go to their hometown, but they will not be in crowd. No, just a question.
Lina, do you
Actually, I
have?
want to tell, yes. Uh,
Mm.
lady first.
Lina, how about you, Lina?
Friday also, it's our holiday. We have four days holiday from April 30 to May 3. Yeah.
I think we can move to the next week, and Friday
Yeah.
we may have rest time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can run early, come.
I have to come back home to pick my son up.
Mm.
He stayed with my parents for
Ah,
more than years. Oh, for more than months.
wow.
More
More
than
than a
months.
year already.
More than months.
Wow. So you have a lot of time, Anna. That's why. Okay. So that's it, guys. See you on Monday.
Yeah. See you next week.
Bye. See you never.
Goodbye.